Hey everyone, it's Zara, and I am going to be planning a plan with me this week. And fair warning, I'm planning this a little far in advance. It's 2 weeks before this week, but so on this week, I am taking my tests, my boards, and I will be out of town visiting my sister afterwards. And so I wanted to get this week planned and filmed, even though I don't know a ton of the plans going on that week. And a lot of it's really dependent on how my test goes. So they tell you that the test results should be in within a week and, in about a week, which would fall in the middle of this week, if it took that long. And so, it just kind of depends on what happens with the test, whether or not I get scheduled to work or what I do, I guess. And so fingers crossed that I pass, and all of that jazz. But part of it too is it also depends on like when I find out. So, potentially if I found out on Wednesday that I passed my test, they could potentially schedule me for Thursday to work. So I'm not really sure. There's a lot of stuff that's up in the air and I can't mark down because I really just don't know where it's gonna go. There's some things that I'm just gonna mark down, and just if stuff changes, well, that's why I have a memory planner. So the first thing I should probably tell you is what kit that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to be using this kit from Sunset Sticker Co. I can't remember what this one was called, maybe Santorini, but it's very Grecian style kit, with the whites and blues and like the pops of yellow, and I really like it. The reason why I'm using this kit is because on Friday Mamma Mia 2 comes out and I am ecstatic. I can't wait to see it. I want to see it so badly. And that's one of those things that I'm like, I don't even know if I can mark it down because I don't know if I'm working this day. I think the way the schedule would work out is that I'd be working like the night shift, and I don't think I'd be able to watch it beforehand, and I don't know if I could stay up, like go to the movie after work for that showing. So I'm like, but I'm still using this kit because I'm gonna go see this movie like this week, whether it's Friday or whether it's like Sunday, because Sunday I'd get off work earlier if I'm working. So it's, like I said, it's very confusing. So then we have the full boxes, some labels and flags. I love these little like cloud stickers. I think they're great. We have these work stickers, which I won't be able to use until I figure everything out. Sidebar stickers, bill dues, a movie marquee, some checklists, and some glitter headers. We have some checklists, some little skinny appointment labels, headers and little things. Then we have a lot of half boxes, quarter boxes, some asterisks, and then some font and icon stickers. Then we have the really pretty washi and date covers, and a Hello Weekend banner, some blank headers, and some habit trackers. So, as per usual, I am going to go through and put down, my bottom washi, date covers, sidebar, and then we will get into my sparse plans for the week. Okay, so far so good. I did pull in some gold foiled numbers from 472 in Maine for the top, and then I ended up leaving the flags because it's kind of close. It kind of, I think, matches some of the blues in this like water, and I just felt really lazy and I didn't want to cover them up. And then my sidebar had just like a little bit of extra room, so I ended up putting in like a this week and a little quarter box, and I thought I could just put a happy thought from the week to kind of add a little extra. So moving into my sparse plans, the first thing I'm going to mark is that my brother-in-law is gone for these 3 days at a work trip or something, and so it'll just be my sister and I and the kids. My mom will have gone home, my grandparents will have gone home, and so it'll just be her and I. So that'll be nice to kind of relax with her and spend some sister time together. But I just want to mark that down, that he's going to be gone because I didn't have very many plans, and that was something. So, But yeah, hopefully it'll be just a fun, relaxing week. At least the first half of it, I think, should be pretty relaxing. I think. So there's that. And then on Monday, we have to drop the kids off at daycare. It'll just be like the baby and my sister and I. The 2 older kids are still going to go to daycare this week. I think just to kind of, you know, not have it be so crazy for my sister. And I'm going to use one of these little cards from Clarissa Plans It All to mark down, you know, that we drop them off at daycare. And I'm trying to decide if I want to use like a little things. Again, I kind of want to use a chunkier quarter box, but I also feel like I don't have too many. So maybe I'll just do like a little card just on there. That sounds good. And then what color yellow do I want? I think I'm gonna just do them all across because they'll be there all week. And they might even be there on Thursday too, but I'm like not entirely sure I'm going to be there on Thursday, but we're kind of planning like I am. But anyways, I just know that they're going to be gone those 3 days to daycare, so I'm marking that in. This car is a little bit straighter than the other cars. Okay, now they look kind of angled similarly. And then on this day, I'm hoping my sister and I will be able to run some errands and like go shopping, relax. I need to make a blanket for my niece because I've made a blanket for my nephew and my niece, like my other niece, when they were born or when they were little. And so I want to make one for my niece as well now. And I was going to do it, you know, while I was still at home, and my sister said, no, like, we will just do it when you're here, like, focus on studying, don't worry about making her blanket, which was kind of one of those things where it's like, oh, well, the blanket would have been a nice study break, you know, but obviously I have other things for study breaks, like doing these plan with me's, so it wasn't a huge deal, but I wanted to just mark in that I hope we're going to do it this day. It might be Tuesday, but one of these 2 days we're probably going to do it. You know, go shopping, get the materials, come home, watch a movie, etc. And so I'm going to use the yellow. It's a little bit more like lemony yellow versus this one's just a hair. Oh, maybe I don't want it. Maybe I'll do blue. These are from xo.mamaplans, but they're just little shopping bags. And I'll just mark that in that I think we're going to run some errands and do some stuff. And then for making what I hope is going to be the blanket this day, I'm going to pull in this. I didn't pull out. I'll have to look for a blanket sticker. I have a knitting sticker, which I might use just because that's kind of close, but it's a, you know, one of those felt like the tie blankets, because I don't know how to sew and I've never actually knit a blanket. It's on my list of things I want to do this year and I just haven't had time. So I'll mark that down with a half box that I'm hoping we're going to make the blanket that day. And then that night for dinner, I'm hoping we're going to have sushi. It might be on the Tuesday though. My mom doesn't like sushi or, you know, whatnot. And so I don't think we'll have it while she's here, and my sister's hungry for sushi. I'm hungry for sushi. So, especially like the new town that I'm in, I don't think really has a sushi place. And so I want to get sushi while I'm at my sister's house because she has a really good sushi place by her, or lots of sushi places, but one we go to all the time. Not all the time, but pretty much every time I come and visit her, except for like the last time because she was still pregnant. And I'm just going to mark that down with a little knife and fork icon from Libbie and Co. That way if we don't get sushi, I don't have a sushi icon down, I can just, you know, write in whatever else we do for dinner. Because obviously we've got to eat. And then on to Tuesday, that's all I have planned so far. Oh, I didn't even use a full box. Oh my goodness. Okay, I didn't even use a full box on Monday. Gosh, the horror. Wow, okay. I think what I'm going to do is cut down this checklist, move this box up, and then put it in here. So let me just pause and do that off camera because it's going to be a mess. Okay, problem solved. I ended up moving the cloud up just a little bit too, so then the spacing was nice. Otherwise there would have been like a little bit of an awkward space there. But anyways, that is everything for Monday. I'm probably, for my traveler's notebook or my horizontal, I'm not really sure, I'll probably just use it as like an actual memory keeper, or just like jotting down things we actually did. And since this is more vague, or obviously I don't have a ton of room to write extra things in for Monday. So then on to Tuesday, the only thing that I have to mark down is that my nephew has baseball. I don't think I'm going to baseball because I am not cool. No, because my sister, I think I'm babysitting, or maybe I'm going to baseball and like watching on the sidelines, but then it also depends on if I have to work on Thursday or not. I don't know, so it's just kind of like up in the air. But baseball is happening this night. It just depends on whether or not I am going to baseball. And so I have this little paperclip sticker from Prickled Pear Studio. This is what the sheet looks like. It's old. I don't think she has it in her shop anymore. Baseball. I don't know why I decided to write that in, but it is written now. What was I saying? But regardless, someone is going to baseball, or they're going to be gone at baseball, whether or not I go with them. So that is written in. And now I need to put in my full boxes. So for Tuesday, I kind of want to put the full box in the middle of the day. I will put, I really like this one. Or maybe, no, I want to do this one. And I'm just going to stick that like there, I think. Or do I want to move it down further? I think that's fine. And then for Wednesday, debating on these two because I feel like I want one on Thursday and one on Wednesday. I think I'll do this one. And I'm going to put that one up at the top. Like that. Okay, and then I did pull these out. I'm trying to decide if I want to stick them in now or later, but they'll probably go in my spread at some point or somewhere. These are from Happy Daya, and it's like the little person holding a baby, and I thought the yellow and the blue matched really well. And then I have these from Planner Frenzy that say family time, and I'll probably, like I said, I'll probably stick these in either one or both of them on these days. I just don't know if I want to stick them in quite yet, or if I just want to bring them with me and fill in space with them, because obviously I'm going to be just spending a lot of like time hanging out with my sister, hanging out with the baby, when my niece and nephew get home from daycare, you know, hanging out with them, watching movies, playing, reading books, etc. So it'll be really lazy. So then on to Thursday. Thursday is my payday, and I'm gonna use this little like $ icon, and there's a payday script in this kit right here, payday, and I'm going to put that, can I put it on one of these skinny, yeah, do I have like a big hair? Gosh, I'm like shedding or something. And I'm gonna just write out the 7 o'clock, and I will put it right up at the top there. And then I'll just put payday. And then I have to do my savings this day. I haven't actually been doing my savings, I've just been marking it in, to be perfectly honest, because I really, like, I'm still getting, you know, back into action from being a poorer college student. And so there, I'll do that. So anyways, but eventually I'm gonna go back and like go through all the weeks that I haven't done my savings and just do like one big transfer. But I don't think it'll be this week. Maybe it will be, or maybe it'll be like the next pay period. So anyways, sometime I'm gonna do that, but I still like marking them in there because I'm still gonna do them. I just haven't done them yet. And that is from EbeeGbee. And then I think this day, if all goes as, you know, according to plan, I'm gonna be driving home this day. Like I said, it just kind of depends because my work, it just depends on like when I pass and then, you know, when work schedules me. Because I had asked my pharmacist or my manager, you know, if I could have the day off, and she said, oh yeah, sure, unless they schedule you to work. So it's kind of like, well, maybe I'll be working or maybe I won't. Oh, maybe I should do, let me do a patterned one, because then it's kind of like, oh, you're seeing stuff and driving and it's scenic. So I'm just going to mark it in. And then if it ends up being earlier or for some reason later, then I can figure that out as well. But I will mark that in, and that little road sticker is from xo.mamaplans. And then when I get back, I want to make sure to buy groceries. So let me mark or put in my full box first. And I think I'm going to try to decide, should I, maybe I'll just layer it in underneath. And then groceries. So for groceries, I want to mark that down probably with just a quarter box. I don't think it will be too crazy, but granted, I probably won't do a ton else that day if I'm indeed not working. So we'll just see. Like I said, it could be 100% different than what I'm putting down, but I am trying to just plan it out because I like having a plan, or at least, you know, having an idea of what might happen this week. And then if it ends up changing, we'll just go with the flow. So there's that. That grocery sticker is from the Paperly Bowtique. And then moving on to Friday. Friday, I don't know if I'm working or not, so I'm gonna start off with a full box. And I think I'm gonna do the little, I think it's a church actually, because it has a cross on the roof. At first I thought it might have been a house, but I guess it's kind of like a house of God if it's a church. So there's that. And then I'm gonna just mark that I want to go to the gym, and that, and then I might put in, I don't think I'm gonna put it in yet. I have these movie marquees pulled from Libbie and Co. There was a movie marquee in the kit, but I don't like that it doesn't match the kit at all, other than like the yellow, but I just don't like the red, and especially since I haven't used any red, I like to have things that really match. And so I can't remember if I was going to use yellow or if I was going to use the blue, but if I go see Mama Mia that day, I will use it then, because I thought about just putting it in, and then if I didn't do it, then I could write down, you know, I watched Project Runway or something. But it's such a big movie marquee that I don't really want to use it if I'm not going to see it that day. And like I said, alternately it could be Sunday that I see it. So yeah, we'll just kind of play it by ear. Because I'm going this week, because this is the whole freaking reason I'm using the kit. Like, I'm definitely going to go see Mama Mia. So I am going to put down one of these shoe stickers from 472 in Maine, and this will be for going to the gym. I figure even if I work on this day, I should be able to go to the gym. I think it would be before work, so like in the morning, and then if I worked, I think, like I said, I think it would be the afternoon shift. It's just so weird because there's been like a floater covering until I pass my test, and then, you know, it's kind of like, it's a weird position for both of us, because it's like, well, if, you know, if I do pass, then all of a sudden I start working, or somehow, I don't know, it's just kind of interesting. And then if I don't pass, then, you know, then that's weird too, because, you know, what do you do? Yeah. So fingers crossed, just lots of fingers crossed. I'm very, very like nervous and distracted, but at the same time, you know, I'm hopeful and all this stuff, and I've worked really hard, so hopefully it all goes good. Yeah, so anyways, by the time this video goes up, it'll be, you know, decided one way or the other, and, you know, no point in, like, worrying about it too much, I guess. And then on Saturday I want to go to the gym, and I have a play that night. So for the gym, I'm going to pull in another quarter box. I'm going to do the blue. Whoa. Let's do the patterned one with the door. Just because my little shoe icon is like that aqua-y blue. And I don't really want to do blue on blue on blue. And then, like I said, not sure what like most of the day is going to look like on Saturday. And then I'm going to a play that night, and I think I was going to use yellow. And so let's do a pink box, or maybe we'll do dark blue. And I'm going to, I think it's a musical. I've never seen it. Like, it's funny because the theater that I'm going to this year, or this summer that's in my town, they have all of these plays that they're putting on that I've never heard of. And I'm wondering, like, part of it, you know, it's obviously, like, it's a smaller town. And so, you know, they probably don't have, like, a huge budget to do, you know, like, Phantom of the Opera or Chicago or some of those other plays that I feel like would be probably expensive to have the licensing fees and stuff. But I went to see, they had a comedy a couple weeks ago, and it was hilarious, and so I figured this one's gonna be funny too. It's called The Drowsy Chaperone, and I guess it kind of has like 1920s-ish like themed music, and you know, that's the theme of the play, so I figured it'll just be really fun. And then I'm putting on a full box, and like regardless of if I work on this day, I'm going to the play because I think the pharmacy closes at like 6 o'clock and the play's at 7:30, so I definitely had planned that out well so that I would be able to go regardless of what my work schedule was. And then on Sunday, like I said, we're gonna mark some stuff down. It might not happen this way, it might not, but we will just mark it, and then if I don't do it, it is okay. So the first thing I'm gonna mark down is church, but the pharmacy is open on Sundays. I can't remember what time we open, if we open later or if we open at the same time, since I've never had to work on the weekend. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to go to church or not, or whatnot, so I'll just mark it in, and then if I can't, I'm not even sure if I'd be able to go like Saturday night or Sunday night, because I think I'd be at work those times as well. So we're just marking it in and seeing what happens. And then after church, I usually go to the gym, and so I'm gonna just mark the gym down with a quarter box. And then I want to put down a full box, I think, just for the spacing. And then I want to mark down that I want to do some unpacking. I have not unpacked like all of my stuff that, you know, I moved in how long ago? Yeah, I've been in my apartment a little while, but I've just been studying. I've been working for, you know, towards studying for my test, and so now that hopefully my tests will be over and I won't have to retake them or anything, I will have time to unpack and actually like organize my apartment, get it clean, because right now it still looks like a war zone from, you know, half moving in and like half having boxes and stuff. So we'll put that in. That is a package sticker from the Paperly Bowtique. And then I want to mark in planning, and I'm going to use one of these. These are from Alexia Bell Designs. I'm actually not even sure if she's, I got this in a D-stash, and so I'm not actually sure if she's open or if it's, or not, or whatnot, because I've never bought from her at all. So I just bought it in a D-stash. So I'm going to mark down planning with one of these little cloud stickers because I think they're really fun and I really want to use them all. And just mark that in like that, and yeah, mark down that I'm going to plan this day. And then I also need to do laundry. And so for laundry, I am going to use this from the Paperly Boutique. I thought the colors matched really well because it had yellow, pink, and blue. And so I'm going to put that in, and I think I'm going to just layer it over this full box because, I mean, we get the idea. Laundry. And then if for some reason I had to work or something, I could always mark that in with the little space I have left, because I don't want to plan things out too full and not have room to write things in. Like, obviously this day I don't have a ton of room, but I also have stuff that I also have room that I could always write it in or whatnot if I needed to. So gosh, I think that is where we are at for right now. Like I said, not a ton of plans. It's kind of up in the air. It's kind of figuring things out. So, you know, fingers crossed that everything works out well and I pass my test and I find that out and I can mark that in this week and all that jazz. So we have checklists left over, bill dues, which I don't think I have any bill dues this week. I'll double check because I feel like I have bill dues all the time, but I still haven't gotten my utilities bill yet for my apartment, and I feel like that'll come the moment I leave. So hopefully I can, you know, get that paid before I go. And then we have half boxes, quarter boxes, asterisks, and then we have a bunch of these. Oh, I didn't even do all, like there's Go Away Monday, which isn't really, I mean, since I'm not working, I'm going to be on vacation, I probably wouldn't use that, but then the Friday, maybe I'll mark that in still. And I like that camera too, and the laundry. And then we have some checklists and a couple of labels, a label and some little flags, and then a lot of headers and little things, some washi strips, and that is it. So anyways, I will come back at the end of the week and, you know, show you how this all turns out, because obviously it will fill up as this week progresses. Hey everyone, so here is how the week ended up looking. It actually stayed pretty true to plan because they've already had the schedule made at work, and so I didn't get scheduled this week, so I could spend a lot of time with my sister, go to Mamma Mia, kind of relax. I went to the fair since that was this week as well. So it was actually really nice. And I officially passed my exams, so that is behind me. I've already thrown all of my studies things into the recycling bin and into piles to pass on to other pharmacy students because those books are expensive, and as much as I want to throw them away, I know that someone else might want them. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will just catch you in the next one. Bye now.